Hey guys, welcome to the heroic 10-man Nazgrim Destro Lock guide. This video is meant to show tips and tricks for improving survivability and DPS, and is not meant for an actual guide on the encounter. For a full guide, check the description for Fat Boss's 10-man heroic Nazgrim guide. First off, you're going to want to start by AoEing the ads at the beginning, if it's your first pull. This helps by building embers, which you can use on the boss as chaos bolts, which will effectively increase your single target DPS, which is better for the entire raid. One thing to point out here is that when using your cooldowns at the beginning, the cooldowns increase your crit chance, and since Chaos Bolts have a 100% critical strike chance, you want to try to avoid using those while your cooldown is active. Cooldown being Dark Soul. Now when ads spawn, you want to make sure that you're focusing on the War Shaman and the Sniper. If they're not up, go ahead and focus on the Arcweaver or Assassin. Iron Blades can be left up. An important thing to note here is that Ember control is actually key to maximizing DPS. Try to get as many Shadowburns off as possible on the ads. To finish them off, build Embers, and use those Embers on the boss. It's important to always make sure you have one Ember up for Shadowburn, and also important to make sure you have 4 up for Berserker stance, as you want to try to use 4 Chaos Bolts in a row on Berserker stance. One of the hardest things to deal with are Assassins. When there's an Assassin on you, you want to try to hit it with Shadow Fury as soon as possible to break it out of stealth. I obviously didn't get to do that here, but when the Assassin got to me, I did it anyways, which ended up saving me. Make sure you're faced towards the Assassins and burn them down as quickly as possible. Stop attacking the boss in defensive stance, though you can leave your minion on the boss. Banners still need to go down. Once again, focus the War Shaman, or the Sniper, whatever's up. If there's no Assassin in the area, don't be afraid to use Shadow Fury to interrupt heals. Try to time the end of defensive stance with your attacks to get as much DPS back on the boss as possible before the ads spawn. Continue attacking the ads, Shadow Fury on the Assassin, get away from them as much as possible, and Shadow Burn on all the ads to finish them off. When you have max Embers, make sure you try to use as many Embers as possible, as you can't build any more Embers past that. It's okay to use your Chaos Bolts on the boss when he's not in Berserker stance, as long as you save at least one for future Shadowburns. Try to use all 4 on Berserker stance. Timing is important here. When the boss is in Berserker stance and there are ads up other than the Iron Blade, make sure you still focus the ads down, then switch to the boss, and use your 4 Chaos Bolts on him. Pop cooldown on War Song, and try to stay alive. Hopefully the other roles will be doing their job, and you'll be fine with using cooldown and you won't be doing it all the time. Don't be afraid to use your interrupt with your minion on the healer. It's a huge help. Here I actually got to hit the assassin and knock him out of stealth. If you can do that, it is super helpful and will greatly increase your survivability. Even though you have an assassin on you, make sure you focus down the sniper and the war shaman first. Run away from the assassin and stay facing towards him as much as possible. At 10%, Nazgrim will summon another group of adds. Hold your DPS and wait until you guys are ready to push. Now most groups will wait until 10 waves of adds before pushing because then he won't spawn anymore. If you believe you have enough DPS, you can go sooner. I believe we went right after this wave. Now before summoning your Doomguard for the end, wait for Lust, pop your potion and your cooldowns, and then summon your Doomguard. Your Doomguard makes a copy of you, so this is going to greatly increase the DPS. It does. Use all of your embers on Shadowburn on the boss when the boss is this low. CC the adds as much as possible and burn the boss. Another thing to point out is try not to make the same mistake as I did. Keep an eye on your minion and make sure your minion is actually attacking the boss. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.